So, William McDonald, Grand Master.
Hey, my friend,
It's very nice to see you.
it
Uh,
is a pleasure seeing you once
and
again.
congratulations on all of your recent kudos. Um, hey, we haven't talked in a while. What's happening?
Uh, it's the year of the snake, man. I was born in the year of the snake, so things are coming this way right now. So I can't complain and very, very blessed. Just things are appearing to me without notice, and I'm just very grateful and honored to have such greatness in my life. Everybody, just my students, people like you, just all over the place. That where I'm learning from them as well as they're learning from me, and that's what it's about.
That's cool.
And
Not to be a downer, but one of the reasons that you contacted me just a while back was to, let me know that the work that we had done together like really like took hold. And I honestly haven't seen you since we started working together. You
I
just
gotta get that.
like took back off. Can for my listeners, can you kind of you don't have to go into a ton of detail, but just kind of like what was going on then and what
Well,
what changed?
first of all, well, so you open up a whole can of worms. Um, so in the it, you know meeting you was definitely a blessing in my life. I had so many things going on in my life, relationship wise, personal relationships. They started crumbling in front of me, and on top of that, everything else followed suit. It was almost like a snowball effect. Uh, anything that because we're emotional beings, and anything that is attached to that emotion, if it is not dealt with and recognized, you get blindsided, and it hit me on a personal level. It hit my businesses, my martial art businesses. It hit it everything. I've been in the ring a number of times, some of them with world champions. I got hit by some of the meanest techniques ever. I even got knocked out a time or two. But there are some times that when life faces you straight on, and it hurts harder than those damn punches and kicks I got hit by. You know, and then I got a chance to get to know you through a good friend of mine, and it just you were a breath of fresh air. You gave me, first of all, you looked into who I was and re-identified to me who I am, and I can't lose that, which I did. I lost track of that at the time, right? And uh, and identifying who you are essentially, where you came from, where you are now. You brought that back to the surface.
You want to know
And
what the question I was? The question I asked you?
what was that?
Okay, because whenever I'm working with athletes, and it works the same with people that are business owners, and you happen to be both.
Yeah.
Uh, I always ask this one question. What did you love about, your sport? Yeah, what did you love about your business? You know,
Right.
and from that point forward, that's when we really started making progress.
Yeah. So
Is
that set the
you go
baseline, right?
back to the love.
Yeah. And working with you a number of times, uh, it was just like I said, it became a breath of fresh air. It was a reminder, and I took ownership again.
Mhm.
And that's what it was about. Because like I said, in the past, I was in a deep, deep, dark place I've never been to before.
Mhm.
And I as a metaphysician, a consultant, I would counsel other people. But to be honest with you, some of the things that were brought to me by people coming to me for advice, I could give them my sound advice in a logical aspect, but I never was emotionally tied to what they had bringing to the table until these things surfaced in my world. And now, I use that kind of my life's experiences that now you can, I can tap into that when people come to me and say, hey, this is what's happened. I
Mhm.
don't know if you have any clue how this feels. Oh, yeah, I kind of do now.
Mhm.
So now you have that empathy, right? And
Mhm.
you can tap in and give them a better resource of information.
Mhm. Absolutely. The other thing that that I mean you, the royal you, people that are empathetic, people that are change workers, and I consider you, when you teach somebody from zero to black belt, they're not
Mhm.
the same. Their DNA has changed. And
Correct. Yeah.
one of the things that I caution or counsel people that I work with is you need to keep your instrument clean. You need
Yes.
you need to ground your energy when you're, and when people pull out the big guns, like death and suicide and
Yes.
the failure of the relationship, etc. Those undercurrents are extremely powerful.
Yes.
And you need to be able to stand in the stream and have it flow around you instead of through you. And sometimes
Yes.
it's
Absolutely.
tough.
Yeah. And I remember I brought you in with a good friend of mine, Alexander Antonio. We did the Moore
Mhm.
Guild live version, and we brought you in. And I remember that was one of the topics you brought up. And I saw people in the audience and they're going, wow, they never, it's like that little light bulb
Uh-huh.
that goes on top of your head. It's like, oh, I, I never thought of it that way. That's an interesting way of looking at things. And you're
Mhm.
absolutely spot on. You're absolutely spot on. But like I said, I'm very grateful, and then you reached out to me just recently, and wanting to do this, and we've done this kind of meeting, but as a one-on-one, person-to-person thing, uh,
Mhm.
not for something that is for other people to look at.
Mhm.
I want to address this since you asked me where I was at one time, how we got to know each other, and so forth. Um, a lot of people on social media, they give you the idea upon, oh, this is me, this is how glorious I am, I'm having a great time, where inside, yeah, and that's where they want to be, but
Mhm.
inside, a lot of these people, they're not who you see on social media. They're not who you see because they're a lot of them are miserable.
Mhm.
And a great example is the late Robin Williams. You would have never guessed
Mhm.
that he had suicidal tendencies,
Mhm.
right? But he hid that through his comedy on stage and his
Mhm.
performances. And you would think, man, that's the best fun-loving guy ever. But then look what happened to him, right?
Mhm.
So I address this because of this. A lot of people, they don't like to talk about their burdens because they want to have a different persona for people to see, and it's really what they want to achieve, to be like, or have that happiness in their life. And it's a good reminder, saying, kind of like a vision board, saying, this is where I want to go.
Mhm.
But sometimes you got to address publicly,
Mhm.
hey, I'm human, I'm not perfect, right?
Mhm.
I have emotions too, and this is tearing me apart,
Mhm.
you know and I'm working on myself. And
Mhm.
that's where people like yourself come in to kind of give that guidance, to kind of give that help and that nudge, saying, yeah, hey, remember who you were
Mhm.
before this time. before you felt this way. And I want to say thank you so much for all your help.
You're welcome. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up because I don't want this to be too long.
Okay.
But I really want to thank you for coming on and talking to me. It's like the only way I get to talk to you is like make an appointment with you. But you are doing awesome, and your and your instructor and my mutual friend, uh, he just recently made black belt. I am so proud of him.
Yes. Yeah,
It's
and
just
it took
amazing.
him forever and a day. Most people would have given up.
Uh-huh.
So long, 20 years. It's like, really? Are you kidding me? Who would have
Mhm.
ever thought? Most people would have given up with all of the
Uh-huh.
conditions and problems that arose through his life, right? But he pushed through. He had that perseverance. He wouldn't give up. He had
Yeah.
this dream and he didn't let go of it.
And he lost 60 pounds.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
amazing.
he
All right.
you could tell
So
his misery was represented by his weight at one
absolutely.
time, and now he's a go-getter.
Absolutely. Okay,
So
we're going to go ahead and wind up here.
yeah,
Guys, thanks for watching. And I'll have some other fantastic people on here very soon. But thank you again, William. You're
and
amazing and keep changing people's
I,
lives.
I will do that. And I also want to offer my extension, my services, anybody that wants to learn great self-defense, achieve a different kind of lifestyle and better self-confidence, whether you're a kid or an adult. My door is always open. William McDonald. You can Google search me, tag it with Grand Master or McDonald or martial arts, and I'm all over the place.
Outstanding.